Hey guys, I'm Alana and welcome to Button Bash. Some crazy stuff has been going down since we last spoke. I kind of don't even really know where to start. PlayStation Network crashed over the weekend as part of a DDoS cyber attack, and then there was a bomb threat on a commercial flight that was carrying a Sony executive in the United States. Nice one, gamers, giving us a real good name here. The bomb threat was quickly dismissed though. The actual attack on PSN was a distributed denial of service attack, which is more commonly called a DOS, and basically means that the system has too much traffic and collapses as a result. The traffic is essentially fabricated by a hacker though, who would have a bunch of zombie computers and tell them to contact a server or website repeatedly until the site loads really slowly or shuts down completely. That's a really, really simple way of putting things, but it's also very unlikely that the attack will actually get caught, and this has happened so many different times in the gaming world, it's kind of shocking. I think these people just have too much time on their hands, which is weird. If they're gamers, just go play Watch Dogs or something. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like a 20-hour game where you just hack everything. You're welcome. Sony said that the attack didn't access any of the 53 million users' information, which, yeah, makes sense if it was a DOS. A group of hackers calling themselves Lizard Squad with a Twitter account under the same name claimed that they were the ones doing the thing with intent to pressure Sony to spend more of their profits on the PSN. End the greed was the tagline for the attack. Lizard Squad though, more like Idiot Squad, am I right? Am I right? I really doubt Sony is going to pay any attention to some squad of lizards. Like, how did you even use PSN? You're not the target audience. I'm surprised this Lizard Squad even knew how to use a computer to initiate the attack at all. Let's just hope the scales of justice aren't in their favor. I'm really sorry about that. Hang on, this just in, I stand corrected. It was indeed a group of human beings who just happened to call themselves Lizard Squad on Twitter and not, in fact, a squad of lizards. That's my bad. By the way, did you know the correct group name for lizards is actually a lounge? A lounge of lizards. This Lizard Squad group aren't that scary. They don't even know the correct collective name for lizards. Who do they think they are, pretending to be some kind of lizard ambassadors? Regardless of their reptilian ignorance, though, I feel like even threatening these services on your own Twitter is a really ballsy thing to do. Hey, speaking of lizards, here's one that looks like Spider-Man. What a majestic mother licker. Anyway, I digress. I doubt Sony is going to pay any attention to this latest incident. A DOS attack isn't a huge threat to any company, just kind of a temporary inconvenience and perhaps a bit of a PR scare for anyone who isn't familiar with how the attack actually works. It's not a hack per se. The scale of this one is absolutely massive though, and while I think the entire thing is kind of a giant waste of time, it's somewhat impressive. Unless the FBI is watching, in which case I take back everything I said, ever. Everything I have ever said, I didn't mean it, except that last sentence, and this one. Sony have actually been attacked quite a few times before, most significantly in 2011 with an actual security breach. This is why I was kind of happy to hear that the PS4 would require a PSN subscription. I've always felt that Xbox Live was more secure and the community was a little bit better moderated than PSN, and that's not because Sony are any less capable of managing their service, it's just that Xbox Live has always had that subscription fee and thus more resources to dedicate to their service. Lizard Squad, again, not an actual squad of lizards, those misleading jerks, said that they also targeted servers for Blizzard Entertainment, whose website was also down, along with Riot's League of Legends and Grinding Gear games Path of Exile. They threatened to attack Microsoft's Xbox Live as well, and a few people did have problems accessing it on Sunday, but it didn't seem to suffer quite as severely as all of the core services were still online. Yes, it's very, very difficult to catch someone who has initiated a DOS, potentially impossible depending on their methods, but it's not that hard to find out someone's personal information on their Twitter, or maybe by contacting Twitter to find out. The group is brave. I wouldn't want to incur the wrath of Sony and Blizzard, and a bomb threat is a pretty big deal. The FBI were involved in everything. I'm Alana, and thanks for watching Button Bash. No lizards were hurt in the making of this episode.